Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the AI Shift. The AI Shift is a weekly 15-minute strategy session designed for business owners who want clarity, not complexity. So whether you're stuck in tool overload, scattered workflows, or just unsure where to start, this is where strategy meets execution. It's designed to reset your week, sharpen your thinking, and turn AI from hype into help. Hi everyone, my name is Craig and it's very good to be with you today for another edition of the AI Shift. And today we're going to talk about building a company brain. So over the past month, we've been exploring one simple idea. Businesses don't become smarter just because they use AI. They become smarter because they learn, they remember, and they improve. In our first session this month, in June, we looked at why businesses forget their own lessons. And then we've explored why knowledge is becoming infrastructure for businesses. And today we're just going to bring all those together and talk about building a company brain. We're going to talk about how a business stops relying on memory and starts building organisational intelligence. And we'll call that a company brain. So every business is making decisions every single day. Decisions about customers, pricing, marketing, operations, hiring, service, and priorities. And every one of those decisions teaches the business something. What worked, what didn't, why one approach succeeded, why another failed. And the problem isn't that businesses lack experience. The problem is that experience rarely changes how the next decision gets made. And that's what's changing. Businesses are moving from collecting information to building organisational intelligence. So a company brain doesn't capture information, it captures how the business thinks. So every business learns. And the question is, does every lesson improve the next decision? So the myth we're going to look at, and here's the myth, the company brain is just AI connected to documents. Many businesses believe that if they connect AI to Google Drive, Notion, SharePoint, or whatever they use, they've created intelligence. They haven't. They've created search. Search helps you find information. A company brain helps the business make better decisions. A document will tell you what happened. A company brain tells you why it happened, what principle applied, what decision was made, and when that decision should be used again. So information answers questions. A company brain will improve judgment. And that's an important distinction as we move forward into our experience and our usage of AI. So why does this matter? So why is this becoming so important? Because businesses are becoming too complex to rely on memory. Too much to just leave information stored in people's heads. So every week your business creates customer insights, better processes, pricing decisions, sales lessons, operational improvements. If none of that becomes reusable, your business keeps paying to learn the same lesson. Next time it happens, you've got to go through the same process again. Someone new joins, they've got to learn and discover all these things. The business that improves fastest don't necessarily learn more. They simply lose less. Every lesson retained makes the next decision stronger. Experience becomes an advantage only when it improves the next decision. It's no good having someone who's got this experience on holidays for 3 weeks and you can't contact them, as is the case most businesses go through, to help you resolve something. You need to improve your business's intelligence. So where does AI fit in this? And this is where AI changes everything. AI doesn't need thousands of documents. It needs access to your organisational judgment. Imagine that you could ask AI, how should we respond to this customer? The best answer doesn't come from the internet, and it doesn't come from them looking at probability and thinking what the best, most probable, likely, highly anticipated response is to this sort of question. It comes from understanding and seeing how you've handled similar situations, knowing what your business values, seeing what has worked before, seeing the standards that you have established, and how your team makes decisions. Imagine if your AI tool of choice could access that. And that's not information, that's organisational thinking. Your AI becomes more valuable when it can think with your business, not just search it. When it can get an understanding of what your business's decision criteria is, what your standards are, what problems and lessons and challenges you have overcome and learned from before. And it gets to understand what your organisational judgment is, what you accept, what you don't accept. So what a company brain really is, it's not software. It's not something you go and buy off a shelf. It's not a database. It's not where you've recorded and maintained information on customers and pricing and so forth. It's not another AI platform. It's not, no, I've got to go and get this or do projects here or do whatever here. It's the decision layer of your business. This is where you capture your decision criteria. This is where you capture your reasoning, your standards, your successful approaches, and the lessons that have been learnt over the years so that they don't disappear. So you're not trying to reinvent the wheel every time something occurs. Or you're not spending months trying to fix a problem that you had fixed 6 months before with another customer. The company brain improves every future decision. So instead of asking who knows the answer or what do we do here, the business asks, what have we already learned? What have we already learned? So a company brain will turn everyday experience into organisational judgment because it understands your reasoning, your standards, your decisions, your lessons, your context. So the one question for this week, and it's something that all business owners go through, founders, managers, someone in a position where they're managing people, got staff, got other things. If your leadership team disappeared for 1 month, or if your manager of this department disappeared for 1 month, or if you yourself disappeared for 1 month, would your business still make good decisions? Not because of manuals, not because of SOPs, not because of processes, because your thinking has become part of the system. Would the business still make good decisions? Maybe it's not make good decisions, maybe it will still make decisions. Or they just leave it in abeyance until you come back or until the minute, because I say it's just a month. We'll just wait until someone returns who can answer this question. If your answer is no, then your expertise is still trapped inside your people's minds, your people's experience. And every time you have someone new join your organisation, they've got to relearn, or as we say, be brought up to speed. Can you bring me up to speed on this? Can you bring me up to speed on this? Can you bring me up to speed on this? How many times have you heard that in your organisation, or when someone's asking a question, or you brought someone in? Can you bring me up to speed on this? So let's look at the one action that we suggest you do this week. So you choose one area of your business. just start. Just focus on sales, marketing, operations, or customer service, or a key area of your business. Just focus on one. Now just start to capture 5 things. Recurring decisions. What decisions have to be made, seem to be made every week? Decision criteria. What criteria are they made around? The lessons learned from previous times when these decisions were implemented. Successful approaches and unsuccessful approaches, and the reasoning behind them. We keep a decision log where we just capture when we've made a decision, what the assumptions were, what the decision was made, why we made it, and what we're going to do. We make it in pricing, why we've increased our prices going forward from the 1st of July. We've done it in terms of changing our accounting software, why we're moving from this service to this service, and what it will do for our business. And we've documented those so that we have a decision log so we can learn from it. So when someone comes in, they can understand why we made the decision. So don't try and build a complete company brain this afternoon after this episode, tomorrow, or even Friday or the weekend. Just build the first part. Let it grow over time. Like everything we've discussed with AI, just start and build upon that. Every captured decision with your company brain makes the next decision better. Makes things faster. Think about it. We posed a question earlier in this session that if someone was away or your leadership team was away for a month, would you answer that question while they're away, or would you just put it on hold until they come back? Now imagine that you had your company brain and it could just make the decision. You could use that to help you make the decision and you move forward because you were basing it upon lessons learned and criteria and decisions made in the past and why they were made. Suddenly the company is moving much faster than, say, if your competitors were all waiting for someone to return from holidays. Think about it. Think about where that would put you in relation to the market. So this month we've explored why businesses forget. People leave, people go on holidays, meetings just record discussions, not the thinking behind those action points. We've explored why knowledge is becoming infrastructure within businesses. And now we've looked at how businesses build intelligence that compounds. So businesses don't become smarter because they collect more information. They become smarter because they improve how they think. So the future does not belong to businesses that just collect information. It belongs to those that continuously improve how they think. And the company brain isn't built to remember the past. It's built to improve the future. We all stand upon the giants of the past and learn from them and their decisions. And that's the shift. So thank you for your attendance today. I will hope you spend either some time this afternoon, Thursday, Friday, or the weekend starting to build your company brain and looking at one area of your business and putting that together. Please leave comments, questions, or notes below so that we can improve and get your feedback and feed into our system of what we need to do and look at improving and move forward from ourselves here. Next month, we're going to look at something different. We'll look at different challenges, not how businesses become smarter, but we're going to look at why so many still struggle to turn intelligence into execution. There's a lot of stories and people talking about how they've used AI and they've got no return and they've used it in different projects and so forth. So we're going to have a look at a lot of that during the month of July. So I thank you for your attendance today. I hope you've got something from that, and I hope you'll start to build your company brain. I look forward to catching up with you next week when we present another edition of the AI Shift. Until then, bye for now.